Pokemon Legends ZA is set to be released at the fall of 2025, but before everything else, let's talk about it because from the looks of it, this game might be already be setting itself up for a failure. Look, I want to be excited about this game, I really do, but the more I learn about it, the more I'm wondering if Game Freak has completely lost the plot on what makes Pokemon games actually fun. Alright, let's start with the facts first. Pokemon Legends ZA is coming out somewhere in October this 2025 for both regular Switch and Switch 2. It's set in Lumiose City from X and Y, and yes, you heard that right. It's set entirely within that one city.
What is that?
No exploring the entire Kalos region, no routes, no different towns, just Lumiose City.
Bruh.
It's the total opposite of Pokemon Legends Arceus, because that game is like a semi-open world, but it gives you vast and immersive environment with diverse biomes and plenty of exploration opportunities, which makes me wonder, what the hell does the Legends in this game stands for? Because Pokemon Legends ZA does none of that shit. What can you even explore in a city? Alleyways? Sewers? If exploring meant endless concrete corridors and dodging half-baked street signs, then calling it Legends is a damn stretch. Anyways, the story revolves around an urban redevelopment plan to make the city more Pokemon friendly. You get to choose from 3 starters: Chikorita, Totodile, and Tepig, which is an interesting mix of generations. The game promises to show how Lumiose City changes between day and night, with different challenges and Pokemon appearing. Now, Legends Arceus was all about exploring the wild, untamed Hisui region. Big open areas, different biomes, the whole adventure aspect. ZA is going in a complete opposite direction. One city, urban setting, and presumably a lot of more contained experience. Okay, so let's talk about why this approach is fundamentally flawed. Pokemon's core has always been about adventure and exploration. The tagline is literally, gotta catch 'em all, not gotta catch the ones in this one city. Think about your favorite Pokemon memories, discovering new areas, finding rare Pokemon in hidden locations. That sense of wonder when you stumble into a new route or a new cave. Now, imagine all that confined in the streets of Pokemon Paris. It doesn't exactly get the blood pumping, does it? And Lumiose City isn't even that interesting to begin with. It was pretty, sure, but it was mostly streets and buildings. Even with the redevelopment angle, we're talking about an urban environment that's inherently limited in terms of Pokemon diversity and exploration variety. This feels like Game Freak looked at the success of Pokemon Legends Arceus and somehow concluded that what people love about it was the historic setting, and not the open world exploration, and not the variety of environments, but the fact that it was set in the past. So they took that one element and built a whole game around it. I mean, I understand the concept, yeah, right? The idea is good on paper. Making a game about the past is good, but not at all with only one city. Making a game about the past of one city is not good. I mean, bro, you already did it with Sinnoh region. Why not with the entire Kalos itself? That would have been better. And speaking of things that don't make sense, the graphics still look pretty mediocre. This is Pokemon, the biggest media franchise in the world, making more money than some small countries, yet somehow their games still look like they're running on hardware from 2015. We've seen what the Switch can do. Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade 3, these games look fantastic, but Pokemon games continue to look like they're made by a small indie team working on a shoestring budget. It's honestly embarrassing at this point. And here's where it really gets me. We're getting another Kalos game before any Innova content. Gen 5 Remake, Legends, anything. You know, we're sitting here with some of the best storyline and characters in the franchise, and Game Freak is like, nah, let's do more of this France stuff. Bruh. Pokemon Black and White had actual meaningful themes, complex characters, and genuinely interesting moral questions. The sequel expanded on that world in meaningful ways. It's the generation where Pokemon proved they could tell mature and compelling stories. But instead of exploring that rich world, we're getting urban planning simulator in Lumiose City. Cool. really shows where Game Freak's priorities are. Let's talk about the starter situation. Chikorita, Totodile, and Tepig. One from Gen 2 and another one from Gen 5. I like these Pokemons, but this feels like they're just randomly pulling starters up their ass. There's no thematic connection to Kalos or the story they're trying to tell. From what I've seen, it doesn't appear to be there's any new Pokemon being introduced, or at least any new Pokemon variants of some sort. So basically, we're getting a game that's geographically limited, with visually underwhelming graphics, and it doesn't even appear to be a new Pokemon to discover. So, what exactly is the selling point here? Okay, so the big innovation seems to be that different Pokemons appear at night versus day, which hasn't that been a thing since Gen 2? That's not really a groundbreaking gameplay innovation. So, after all that complaining, who would actually buy this game? I mean, if you're a massive fan of Kalos region or Lumiose City specifically, you might get something out of this. This city will be more massive, detailed, and interactive than it was in X and Y, obviously. But if you're looking for a more contained, casual Pokemon experience without the overwhelming scope of the recent games, then I guess this might work for you. Less exploration means less time commitment, I guess. But personally, it doesn't work if I'm paying $60 for it. Bro, if I paid $60 per game, this better be worth it. If you're a Pokemon completionist who needs to play every game in the franchise, well, you're buying it anyways regardless of what I say. So here's my honest take. Okay, so Pokemon Legends ZA feels like a game that exists because Game Freak needs to put something out, not because they have a compelling vision they wanted to share. The whole entirely within one city concept goes against everything that makes Pokemon exploration fun. It's like making a Legend of Zelda game that takes place entirely within a couple of dungeons. And I mean, it's technically possible, but it's missing the point entirely, so why would you make it? For a $60 games, it appears to be significantly smaller than previous entries. This feels like poor value, especially when you consider that the graphics still look mediocre and there doesn't seem to be any major gameplay innovations. Pokemon Legends ZA might surprise me. Maybe confining everything to one city will create a more focused, detailed experience. Maybe the urban settings will allow for gameplay mechanics we haven't seen before. But based on Game Freak's recent track record and what we've seen so far, I'm not expecting a lot. This feels like another case of Pokemon coasting on brand recognition rather than actually doing something good. And honestly, I'm just tired of waiting for new Unova contents. Gen 5 fans has been patient long enough. Anyways, yeah, that's my take on Pokemon Legends ZA, but if you're excited for it, let me know in the comments, whatever I'm missing down below. Maybe you can convince me that urban Pokemon is the future. Anyways, that's about it. Hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more of these dumb videos. Anyways, see ya.